what I learned today was that as a young black man, you have to overcome the daily expectations of an older black man.
Role models willing to step up, you have to have kids willing to step towards them as well.
If you control a man's mind, you won't have to worry about what? Action.
I'm from the book club. One thing I learned today is you shouldn't bully, and I had a wonderful day today.
Right? But if you have the power to tell your own story, if you have the power to define your own community, you are powerful beyond belief. You are powerful beyond measure. Because you are the person who is now writing your own history rather than having somebody else write it. Alright? You know, they had in history books that black people are the only people who ever gained freedom without fighting for it. A bold-faced lie from the pit of hell. 180,000 black men volunteered to fight in the Civil War. Watch the movie Glory. I don't have the time to explain all of it to you. But watch that movie. Died for this country. Fought in every single war that this country ever had. But yet somebody else was writing the history, and so the history was wrong.
His story.
Right? It's time for you to write your story.
I go to Joyce Comer Elementary School, located in Trenton, New Jersey. I had fun today and learned about not having sex fast and all that, and enjoyed the food.
Well, see, that's the thing. Some people on the fence said, "Oh, but it's just makeup, it's just character. That's all it is." To some, right? Remember, we talked about who has the power to create, who has the power to decide. But see, to others, Robert Downey's role, where you're actually playing a black character, the overwhelming majority of the movie, in which he was nominated for a Best Supporting Actor award the same year your first black president was inaugurated, in 2009. The question is, to what degree does it harken back to this old art form called minstrels, who's a very popular form of entertainment, where white males would blacken their faces and talk in exaggerated motions, imitating what they thought was black culture, kind of like the hip-hop video.
Hi, my name is Justin Green. I'm the manager of the Re-Engagement Center at the Philadelphia School District. We help individuals that are 15 years of age and older get back in school. So these are students that are actually out of school, have dropped out of school, and so we're looking to re-engage students that are currently out of school. In addition, we help adults as well get back in school or into a GED program.
I gotta figure out a way to change their context. I gotta figure out a way to get you guys to think that it's okay to fail. All right? And also as adults, we gotta get hip to the game. Cause y'all far behind. LOL. So let me just ask a simple question. Who on the back's on Facebook? Okay, thank you very much. Who's on the back's on Twitter? Okay, thank you very much. Who's on the back's on Instagram? Okay, no, thank you very much. Anybody on Tumblr? Okay, thank you very much. Digio? We got the Digio? Okay. We got Interact? Now y'all looking at, oh, see, I got you on Interact. See, there's something went up on you. See, the whole thing is that there's all kinds of gaps that exist. So the whole thing is, if you're really trying to create context, you got to understand their context and try to match it with yours. Oftentimes, the easiest way to get interaction is just understand and say stupid things from time to time. Like, Jay-Z's the worst rapper ever. But the whole thing is that you've got to be aware, all right? And oftentimes, when we talk about trying to get people to connect, I would say that the reason why they don't connect is because there's no awareness.
Put your hands together to welcome the president of our nation.
This is a beautiful day. Isn't it glorious outside? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Are there any students here from Bishop to Devon? Raise your hand. Bishop to Devon? Welcome, men. Thank you very much. Now, they're important because I bought your tickets to this. Yes, I did. But listen, that's more than just, all about me. I'm telling you something here. You're going to now write me an email thanking me. And I'll tell you why. Because unlike everybody else here, you have a relationship now with the president of Arcadia University. Right? That's different. No, that's not it. Every other student here, I got a challenge for you. Don't leave here without making a relationship with somebody new. Somebody my age. Somebody who's a speaker. Somebody whose business card you can get. This world is all about connections. And you have some incredible connections here you can make. Now I want to speak to the students who are here. And I'm calling you men. Black male development, men here. You have choices, so many choices to make each and every day. You got a couple bad choices you can make, and a lot of really good choices you can make. Today's choice, giving up a beautiful day when you could be sleeping, or you could be playing, or you could be doing something fun, is a smart choice. And so BMDS means black men do smart. Yeah?
They build jails. The more jails that they build, the more schools that they shut down. And they're making a worse community for us. And then after that, they giving us drugs, guns, stuff to kill each other. They try to make it seem like they care, but they don't.
Great point.
Nice.
Great point.
Great point.
Yeah,
Give them a round of applause, man. Understand your value and your worth. Understand that every day and every morning that you wake up, you offer the world something. What that something is up to you. You can offer that world a headache, or you can offer that world an opportunity. When you have a job, never say I work for that job. You work with that job, because when you come to work, I come to work with a talent and a gift, and I offer it to that job. And in return, they give me pay. So you have something to offer. Just as students, you come with your presence. Therefore it wasn't for you, we have no job. So you do have something to offer the world. And part of what we do as educators is to give you more tools so that your volume increases in the world. So I don't want to ever hear you say that you have nothing to offer this world.
The symposium is an excellent program. I actually am going to refer it to the students at Lincoln University to try to get more black males out here to just get educated on who they are and their background and where we came from and how we still have a long way to go.
I am particularly excited about being here for the Black Male Development Symposium. It is the best thing I've ever been to. I've been involved with manhood things, fatherhood things, youth things, leadership things. This is off the chain. And if you have not ever attended this symposium, you need to be here. Bring all the youth, bring all the adults, college students, adult men that you can. Because if there's one place in America that you can grow at Arcadia University with this Black Male Development Symposium.
As far as for me, the whole concept was showing them the avenues that they can take with education. And for me, it wasn't just demonstrating to them, but also having something here that I could show that, hey, I'm not just talking about it. This right here, this is a part of my book. And it's an educational component. So what I did, I taught them about the value of education, and I also showed them the example of what I was able to do based on the fact that I was educated on certain things.
This Saturday, though it was like a long day, it was an enriching experience, honestly. Even though workshops usually, for me, I don't usually get the effect because it's like stuff, you know, I've heard it before, blah, 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 blah. But to have it explicated and depicted in such a honest way and have it discussed and opened to all different aspects, to the children, and have the perceptions of everybody brought to the table. It was just a new type of experience for me, and it brought up the points of how we have to deal with, how we're dealing with our youth, especially young black youth, how everybody else sees us, that how we're offering monochromatic solutions to problems that have many nuances.
And so even in those moments where my father wasn't the person for me or my stepfather wasn't the person for me, I played sports at every level, and my coaches at every level were like fathers to me. Very important. And so when I hear the young man not only talk about how he feels his mom may not understand his personality, but also say his dad isn't around to play ball with him, to me, that's one of those great places where a lot of us can fit in and be surrogates. Because I coached track for 10 years in high school, and some of the conversations I've had with my young men who now I see walking around the city, going out, and getting in relationships and being married in some cases, I can see what's happening along the way, and I've had some of those conversations about not just what are you going to do to perform well today, but coach, how do I choose what college I'm going to go to, and oh, I'm having a problem with a girl, or something simple as I need a nice restaurant to go to.
I got the most free time in my neighborhood. Pop song around, get with it. I score 80s or above in my quizzes. Never read the quizzes, but now put it this way. Don't so good that I had to head with it.
Really, that technology's taken me everywhere. I've had relationships with people. I've probably been this close and had interactions with pretty much every celebrity you could think of. And I show that more to show that I've gotten to these places based on what I was good at, which was technology, right? It wasn't singing, it wasn't rapping. I'm not a bad singer, but it was me finding my passion and giving, and all of these relationships and endeavors, being able to give these people something that they needed. And it gave me an opportunity to see that based on using my skills and passion, I can go in places that normally people don't relate to technology.
One thing I learned today, that knowledge is everything to life, and I had an excellent time today.
We need to get 10 horses into 9 stalls. You know what the easiest way that I think would be to put 10 horses into 9 stalls? Watch me. Gotta do it. See, part of what I'm trying to get you to understand is that most of what happens in life is right in front of your face, but we don't know how to see it. All right, now you're starting to get loose now, right?
So I want you to tell me what the 5 core defining elements of a super nigga are. Because the word flows from our mouth, and then what happens is when you ask somebody what's a nigga, everybody gets perplexed. It could be anything. I don't mean that nigga, I mean this nigga. Oh, the nigga could be my brother. I say nigga as a term of endearment, but at the same time you're ready to hurt somebody, you say I'm gonna bust that nigga's ass. So you gotta define for me and our reality how nigga can occupy the same space. Why can my brother be a nigga and also my enemy be a nigga? Because I'm saying to you that that's schizophrenic. And that in and of itself is a problem that creates a lot of the division, the chaos we have in our community. Because we're lying to ourselves if we believe we can live a positive, affirming, African-centered life and still be niggas.
Right. The other day I looked into a class textbook. The date said 1994. What am I going to learn from 1994 when the date is 2012? I want to know about Barack Obama. I want to know about Malcolm X. I want to know about everybody. But the thing is, we need to upgrade. And I think the community, the African American community, should step up the adults. And I would like to take thanks for all the adults. Because a lot of moms don't have it. A lot of kids don't have it.
Like I said, you can do anything you want to do. You have to apply yourself. You just can't, because guess what? You're not the only one on the court that want to go to the NBA at all. Floyd Mayweather wasn't the only one who put on basketball like, I'm going to be the greatest. No, you have to apply yourself.
I'm telling y'all now, for the men and the women in here, we are not doing a good job of preparing these young men to live in this society.
And the situation with Trayvon Martin is historical. It's been happening since we've been in this country, but for whatever reason, we don't want to teach our children we're not teaching our children the rules of survival when they're on the street. And when I say on the street, you could be in a gated white community. You know, you could be in a community where people got $1 million homes. It doesn't matter. These young men, and I think again, we allow them to spend so much time playing video games and being involved in foolishness that we're not teaching them about life. Every young man in here should know how to use 911. If they in a situation, they need to know, like in this situation with Khalil, they need to know. He knows that these boys are gonna beat him up and take his money. He can just tell by their energy. And he got a phone on him. And so we gotta make sure we teach these boys, because they had phones. See, when I was growing up, we ain't had no phone. I know how to run. Y'all know what that is? All right, yeah, so I knew how to run. Some of y'all knew how to run? Yeah. Yeah, and so they got technology, but they don't know how to use the technology to protect themselves.
I learned today that people can kill themselves for being bullied all across the world and all this other stuff. And I'm from the Boys Book Club, and I really did have a nice time today.
Today has been an awesome day for me. I really enjoyed myself. I had fun. I attended all my classes, which talked about how to respect myself as young men, and I appreciate today.
We have over 1,100 kids that are just being empowered by a lot of different leaders here in Philly. Just want to let you know that I have my book here that we gave out 50 books to some of the kids, and this book is called That's Big. I want to have my baseball field. So we're just trying to show kids from a true story. When I was 7 years old, how I was able to build a baseball field from the ground up. And this is what we're trying to motivate for the young children here today, that you can do anything you put your mind to it, but it starts with the habits at 7 years old. As you grow up, you can do big things.
I'm Dr. Sabur Abdul Kareem with Delaware County Community College, and today I came out with a group of 10 students to the Black Male Symposium, and it's been a very enjoyable day with a lot of workshops and interesting topics. Students have commented how they have really enjoyed the day, seeing so many positive people coming together to learn how to better their lives. If you come in the future, we think you can have a positive experience also.
The one thing that I learned today is that I can make a career off of being a cartoon artist.
Different things that you can do. You know, you can do it where it comes down and then maybe down like that, higher, lower, and you can always add to it. You know, if it's a tighter curl like that, you know, sometimes if it's a real tight curl, but I'll do lots and lots of tight little curls instead of coloring in all black. So I'll get something more like that. You know, if you want to give them a fro, there's so many ways to do it. You know, you got the perfect shape fro, and once I have that, I may bring it down a little bit. So you can do the perfect fro like that. You know, you got the ones that maybe, yeah, that's not exactly round.
If you break the word step down, it means to re-look. To re-look. So when I look at you, I don't see whether you have your hat to the backwards, whether you have your pants a little low. When I look at you on the first time, I don't just see a thug. When I re-look at you, I see you as really the most brilliant generation that this world will ever see.
I believe in this symposium for the black male held here at Arcadia University because we are under attack here in America. We don't necessarily have our culture, and we have so many variables hitting on us. Coming from a cultural victimized standpoint or a cultural deficit as an African American, something like learning how to date is essential and fundamental. And I'm so happy to be a part of this symposium because I know, because of the workshop that I do and the various other workshops that I've seen, that it's having an impact on these young people instantaneously. as soon as they come here and they leave, they're embodied with a lot of new information that is important. The mentors that are here, the workshops, the educators, the various other people, this is $1 million education that they're getting here in just this one day.
How many of y'all like 2 Chainz?
2 Chainz!
He sound like he kind of special ed, I'm just saying. Like, 2 Chainz! I just want to let you know. How many of y'all like Meek Mills?
Yeah!
Say yeah, Meek!
Yeah, Meek!
Alright. How many of y'all like Malcolm X?
Yeah!
Say yeah, Malcolm!
Yeah, Malcolm!
How many of y'all like Benjamin Banneker?
Yeah, Benjamin!
See, the hands stop falling off. Say yeah, Benjamin!
Yeah, Benjamin!
How many of y'all like Martin Luther King?
Yeah!
Say yeah, I have a dream!
Yeah!
And yeah, I am my dreams!
It's changed my life in so many different ways to see that black men can be represented in such a well-configured space. Thanks to Dr. Lowry and her team, you see that black men can be productive if you invest in them in the right way and bringing all of us into one space. It's over 900 people here right now, 200 adults, 700 youth, amazing turnout, amazing impact, young people walking out of here knowing what it takes to be a man.
Grades, right? Teacher pulls me aside and says, Tony, you're doing pretty well in my class. And I want to tell you that I really think that you're going to do well when you graduate out of high school. She says if you continue to buckle down and continue to get your grades to improve, you're going to get you a good government job in your own cubicle with your own phone. Doesn't that sound exciting? So I just looked at it and I just thought to myself, I live in the hood, so I definitely don't see a lot of professionals, but I watch TV. And that little cubicle environment isn't necessarily what I'm thinking about for myself, right? But we're talking about, I graduated high school in 1996, so this was like 1994, 95-ish. That teacher is still setting a low expectation for me as a black male. And I'm not any more important than anybody else, but I don't think my story is uncommon. And I think, what can we do so that teachers begin to set high expectations for males and support them to get there?
It's your turn. You're going to perform this. The cups and the balls. Now the object is quite simple. Brandon, you're going to move the cups around like this when I tell you to. Okay? And then when I ask you to tilt the balls, you're going to tilt it like that. Okay? The object is quite simple. You're going to see. So here's a ball. Okay? Hold on. Wait, I'll tell you. Place the cup under the ball. The ball under the cup. And now, Brandon, do me a favor. I want you to switch the 2 outs. Just slide the 2 outer cups. Switch them. Yes. Good. Just tilt back the center cup. It's still there. We're just checking. Okay. Tilt it back. All right. Now switch the center and the right cup. Just switch them around. Slide them around. Now switch the center and the left-hand cup. Slide them around. Okay. Now tilt back that cup. There you go. Even there. Tilt back that cup. There you go. And tilt back that cup. There you go. Yes, yes. So let's do this a different way. You're going to do this. We're going to place all the balls underneath the cups.
Sometimes their parents don't get the same personality as their child, but they don't actually take the time to sit down with you and talk to you. And I can understand that because I don't live with my mom. I live with my grandmother, and I don't actually take the time to sit down and talk with her, even if it's something little. I don't live with my dad either. We don't go outside play no ball. We don't read books to each other. We don't do none of that stuff. But we got the power to change that for the better of people.
Acknowledge you, appreciate you, and recognize you. We need that to happen for us. See, that's part of the damage done. We never really was recognized or appreciated, you see, or respected, were we? Okay, so maybe some of y'all were. I wasn't. And my father's father wasn't, okay? And my mother's mother wasn't. So, and I'm just trying to keep it real. And so we don't keep the spread, really widen that door. We had I think it was 1,000 in Philadelphia, 1,000 in Detroit, and only 10 was selected in Philadelphia. You know, we got more good brothers than 10 in Philadelphia, but that was the resources was available, and we thank the Knack Foundation for it. But we likewise got to open that door and find a way we get more brothers visible and appreciate them and recognize them, because it makes a whole difference in our lives. You become, I mean, that's the essence of existence, right?
And I like the trip a lot because it inspired me, like to not have sex so fast and to not have so many partners at once.
One thing I learned today is that you don't gotta fight back physically when you're getting bullied. And I'm from the Boys Book Club, and I had a great time today.
Okay, cool. What did you put down for 3?
Wait. My number 1?
Number 3.
Number 3?
Yeah, what's your number 3?
Getting a job I enjoy.
Getting a job you can enjoy. Anyone else had that down for their number 3? Who had it down in the top 3? No, you did? You had it in the top 3?
I really liked the college because it taught me about sex and dating. They taught me that if you did it with this certain amount of girls, then you really doubled it. And I really like the food and the people.
Philadelphia has the highest cases out of all the metropolitan cities. All the cities in United States, Philadelphia is the highest for syphilis and gonorrhea. Guess what? Guess what is paving the way for AIDS to come in and HIV to come in a lot quicker and for young people to get contact a lot quicker? Syphilis and gonorrhea. It opens you up and exposes you quicker to the HIV virus. Watch this. We account for only 12% of the population, African Americans. Y'all hear me? African American. Only 12% of the population. But half of all HIV cases. Half. Over 50% us. We're only 12% of the population. You do the math. They're building right here in the city of Philadelphia more funeral parlors. Because people are dying off, and watch this. Young people not thinking about it in the moment. It's good, feels great. Like, come on now, I'm invisible. I can't be heard. She ain't got nothing. She don't look like she got nothing. But 15 years from now, you like, oh, you in the corner somewhere crying like,
I learned about today about how you can get AIDS and different kind of things from how you have sex and stuff. And I learned that I don't want to do this stuff because I don't want to be the type that go through
This event was very impacting and motivational speakers and everything, and I'm very grateful and thankful that I had the opportunity to be here.
Sitting in the front, paying attention, communicating, you are sending signals to me that you are preparing and ready for success. Right? When you sit in the front of a classroom, you're setting a type of confidence. You're displaying a confidence. You're letting the teacher know, hey, I'm ready. Now, if you sit in the back, what message do you think that's sending when you sit in the back? You can't send the message that you don't care. Not ready. How many people have been, now this has never happened to me, but how many of you guys been in a situation where you didn't complete your homework last night? So you walk into class, and you know we're going to talk about homework. What do you do when you walk in class?
Put your head down.
Put your head down. When the teacher begins to call, what do you do when the teacher says, anybody can tell me the answer number 4, you ain't do your homework, what do you do? When the teacher calls, when the teacher looking for a card, what do you do? You have to go to the bathroom.
Anybody ever experienced this? You look just like your father. Yeah. You acting just like your dad. That made me so mad. I was so angry about that because the example and the mark that my dad left, I didn't want to leave the same mark. But in order to get over those things, I had to start changing the way I thought. It was something where I had to start using a guiding principle, because here's what I thought about. The last question was, what mark do you want to leave for the future? I started thinking about the mark that I wanted to leave for the future. I wanted to be someone that was respected. I wanted to be someone that was considered a good guy. I wanted to be someone that people liked, that people loved. I wanted to be known. I wanted to be loved. So in order to be respected, you have to do what? Give respect. In order to be loved, you gotta give what?
This conference has vastly brightened the youth The 20 individuals that I brought from here, along with the other 4 chapters from Philadelphia, Richmond, South Carolina, and Washington, D.C. I do thank Dr. Laurie and her staff for putting together this wonderful, auspicious occasion here. The Black Men Symposium is just awesome.
I know that we appreciate Black Male Empowerment Series here at Arcadia University.
I'm actually, Tom and I are looking at each other I came back over here from the other side, and all I could say was, this could have been the whole conference. These young people, if you read what I talk about for this conference, I say it is about not having a drive-by conversation and pontification. It's providing safe places for real men to have real talk about real issues. And these young men have taught us today. And what I just want to say to you young men, I'm going to really make sure that we connect, but you're going to help me plan this conference next year. All right? That's the first thing. Sometimes we really don't. And young people, I appreciate your bravery to stand in front of us today and tell us your heart. And that is brave. And that has leaps and bounds of the confidence they have in themselves, but the trust they have in the people in the room. Because they gave you a gift today, my adults. You got a gift today. And I hope you listen to the gift you got. So all I want to say is thank you all for coming, hanging out with us the whole day. It was a beautiful day. Not a news person here except WRD. I want you to understand that. And my friend Stephen. But you're not going to see this on Channel 6 tonight. Because y'all didn't tear up nothing, you didn't act a fool. Alright? What you did is you came to be men, to learn how to be a better man, and empower yourselves to be the kind of men we want to make sure you're going to be. I love you, I appreciate it, and I applaud you.